So instead of laws giving you money, he told you to get back on the track. Not the real track, but the strip track or the dance track. It happens. Bitches done it before. Hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and tip your favorite narrator via Cash App at $NAROB on YouTube. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue reading When Silence Screamed. Gloria. When Aaron had a show overseas, he wanted me to go with him, but his father convinced him to leave me behind. He said I was too far along in my pregnancy and that he would watch over me. Aaron reluctantly agreed, trusting his father to keep me safe. While Aaron was away, his father and I had deep conversations. He cried in front of me, asking for forgiveness for what his son was doing. He admitted that he did not know how to fix Aaron, how to undo the damage he had helped create. First of all, mental health concerns are hereditary. If your mama crazy, there's a 50-50 chance that you're going to be crazy.
A lot of times, y'all be sitting up trying to figure out why people be so messed up in the head. It be their mamas. Sorry to say, but it be their mamas, I'm telling you. It be their mamas that done just molded them into big-ass weirdos because they mama was a fucking weirdo, okay? They sit up and still gossip with their mamas. And if you don't think that they not gossiping about you, that's the number one person that they gossiping with about you. They fucking messy ass mama.
Like all them beautiful Kim Kardashian kids, I bet y'all didn't think that Northwest was going to be as beautiful as she is. That little girl is regularly beautiful. Like nothing super special, but the combination between Kanye and Kim is amazing. I mean, all those kids are beautiful. But how many kids she got? Like 5 or 7, something, 4 or 7, something like that. It's a 50-50 chance that them children may come out with mental health concerns. And I don't know why, Kim, like when you found out that your baby father was crazy, why did you keep having babies by him? Aaron has his own issues, and I believe whatever the mental health issues was that his father had, or anger issues that his father had, it went to Aaron. I don't believe it went to the other Hall brothers, but it definitely got to Aaron. When you see your children poking other children in the ass with a pencil, you need to get some help for him before he kill him. He told me he had repented, that he wished he could make things right, but he felt powerless. He said he would send me home before Aaron killed me, and he did. And that is exactly what you do. I love hearing that, because you recognize that your son is bananas. Let me send you home to your family because Aaron may kill you. The pressure of knowing that my mother wanted me to take care of the entire family weighed heavily on me. I was 7 months pregnant and I had no idea what my future would look like. On the flight back, it did not feel like I was heading home, not to a place of comfort or safety, but to a space I barely recognized. My emotions were swirling, tangled between relief and sadness. In one breath, I was grateful I had escaped Aaron, thrilled that the suffocating control he had over me was over. But in the next, I was drowning in the realization that I would be raising this child on my own. I do not remember who picked me up from the airport. It's all a blur. I do remember being at my Aunt Maggie's apartment almost immediately after, where my mother and brothers were waiting. My mother barely acknowledged me. There was no worry etched on her face, no concern in her eyes. It had been so long since I had seen her, but it was as if she did not even care to ask how I was. Your mama got mental health concerns. So maybe that's the reason she was able to cope with the drama of Earn, because she had been dealing with drama in her life since she was a child. Her father was on dope. Her aunties, her TT, that bitch was a thief. And then her mama was crazy. I'm glad you're home was all she said. No warmth, no questions. I could not even bring myself to tell her about the pregnancy then. How could I? When she clearly did not want to know. Now it's time to have a baby, okay? He flew in but did not make it in time. He arrived after our son was born. The first thing he said when he saw our baby was, "I have a white baby." His next words stung even more. "Is this even my baby?" I was stunned. How could he forget? How could he doubt me when I had never left his side? Thankfully, the Jamaican nurse who helped deliver my son was a godsend. She stayed by my side, holding my hand, offering comfort. She was not just a nurse. She felt like family in those moments. When Aaron made his cruel remarks about our baby's skin color, she quickly shut him down. She explained that babies often darken with time, especially starting from their feet. Sure enough, she was right. My son began to get color starting from his tiny feet. Aaron's ignorance infuriated me, but more than that, it hurt. When it was time to leave the hospital, his brother Damien showed up with him. Aaron told my mother he would meet us at her house, but she refused. She would not let him in. She told him if he wanted to see his son, he could do so at the hotel. He was livid. I tried to keep the peace, agreeing to bring the baby to the hotel later, but Ern was not having it. He grabbed our baby and said he was taking him. I panicked. We argued, and security was called. Eventually, he handed our son back to me, but not before insisting I leave with him and Damien. I refused. Security had to escort them out. I was left standing there, crying, holding our newborn. This was supposed to be a joyful moment, but Aaron had stolen that from me. Aaron did not contribute a thing, and my mother did not either. I felt like the world was crashing around me, but my son was the one light in it all. The weight of the pressure on me was immense, heavier than I had ever imagined it could be. I had just given birth to my son, and the reality of doing it all on my own hit hard. My mother, the only person I had hoped would be there, was not. In fact, she refused to help when I needed it most. Desperate and with no other option, I called DJ Laws, explaining that I had to get back to work, to perform, to make some money, to support my child. It felt like there was no choice but to push through. Laws, kind as always, asked if I was really ready. So instead of Laws giving you money, he told you to get back on the track. Not the real track, but the strip track or the dance track. It happens. Bitches done it before. I was grateful to Laz. He was more than a colleague. He was a friend, someone who understood without me having to explain every detail. I'll give you what you need until you're fully healed, he said. His kindness felt like a blessing in that moment. I could not help but wonder if I had chosen the wrong person. Laz was gentle, understanding, sweet, and married girl. Don't forget that. He was not an abuser. He listened, but life had already taken me down a different path, one I could not simply walk away from. In those early weeks after giving birth, I tried to find a way to make it work with Aaron for the sake of our child. I brought the baby to the hotel where he was staying, hoping we could at least co-parent amicably. But Aaron had other plans. He wanted us to be a family again, to reel me back into his control. I could feel it. The pull of his manipulation, the promises he dangled in front of me. But I knew better. If I went back, I would lose myself all over again. I could not afford that now. I had a child who needed me, someone to fight for. Even though I felt alone at times, I could not ignore that I had some incredible friends who stood by me. Even when my world was collapsing, I remember the baby shower they threw for me. Small, intimate, and full of love. Some of my girlfriends and guy friends came over to celebrate, bringing gifts before my son was born. I was so grateful for them, for the light they brought into my life when everything else seemed so dark. But one friend was missing, Camille, the girl I had been closest to throughout high school. Her absence that day was not just physical. It was the culmination of something much deeper, something far more painful. Hey, here we are again, surviving Atlanta or wherever, or Texas, Tennessee, Arizona, Little Rock, Phoenix, Los Angeles, Mississippi, wherever it is you're surviving and you find yourself suddenly single, or you've been single for a while, okay? And you just trying to figure it out and make sure that we survive this economic terrorism. That's what the fuck it is. It's economic terrorism. And how I am surviving is with the Flex app. What the Flex app does for us is allow us to split our rent into payments. That first portion has to be on the first, but that second portion can be whatever date you choose within that month. The 27th and a half is whatever date you choose that accommodates your pockets for that month. There are membership fees. You will have to pay that in addition to the privilege of splitting your rent in half. It has been a blessing to me. Trust me. For those of us who are suddenly single and thrusted into the economics of the world, please hit the Flex app link below. Be sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe, tell a friend, and tip your favorite narrator via Cash App at $NAROB on YouTube.